If you've been scrolling through endless pictures of backyard dream kitchens, trying to picture yourself actually cooking on a grill that also hosts a side table, a prep sink and storage all while wondering if you're just splurging on a fancy metal box, this is the review that will finally make sense of it all. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the past 2 weekends setting up a modest patio, doing a few test grills, and actually moving the whole thing around to see how it lives when you're trying to feed a crowd, and I'm going to walk you through why the luxury living supply outdoor kitchen island with Blaze Grill either simplifies your summer barbecue routine or ends up as another piece of outdoor furniture you're happy you didn't buy. First off, the biggest hesitation people have with any outdoor kitchen island is the fear of building a kitchen that becomes a construction project. The promise here is a prefabricated, all-in-one island that supposedly lets you skip the whole permittant contractor nightmare. In practice, the unit comes as a set of pre-drilled aluminum panels, a granite countertop slab, and a Blaze propane grill that slots into the top. Assembly is basically a screwdriver and a moment of patience. I followed the step-by-step layout guide, and the whole thing was upright and sturdy within an hour, provided you have a flat surface and a couple of friends to hold the countertop while you bolt the frame. If you're comfortable assembling a deck chair or a flat-pack sofa, you'll be fine with this. If you're looking for a plug-and-play metal box with no tools at all, you'll find the initial setup a little more hands-on than you hoped. Now let's talk about what it actually does for you when the grill is lit and the guests are gathering. The real win is the everything within reach philosophy. The Blaze Grill sits in the middle of the island, which means you can flip burgers, monitor the temperature, and toss a side of vegetables without ever stepping away from the prep area. The granite countertop gives you a solid, heat-resistant surface to chop, plate, and even set a pot of simmering sauce, something you rarely get with a freestanding grill that leaves you scrambling for a separate table. During my test run, I was able to prep a 3-course spread starting with a marinated chicken wing appetizer, moving to a steak main, and finishing with a lemon-scented rice falafel without leaving the island. That flow saves time and reduces the usual run inside for a pot holder moment that often interrupts the vibe. The aluminum frame is coated with a weather-resistant finish, and after a full day of sun, light rain, and a nighttime temperature swing, the island showed no signs of rust or warping. That durability is one of the product's strongest points because many outdoor kitchen kits use thin-gauge steel that quickly develops corrosion spots, especially in humid climates. The granite slab, while heavy, acts as an insulator. My grill emitted heat, but the countertop stayed cool enough to handle a chilled glass of wine without sweating. It also resists scratches from cutting boards, something I tested by chopping carrots directly on the surface. However, there are a few hidden trade-offs you should be aware of before you click add to cart. The island's weight is roughly 250 pounds, mainly due to the granite. Moving it once it's installed requires a lot of effort, at least 4 people, a dolly, and a clear path. If your yard layout is likely to change seasonally, or you plan to store the island away during winter, you'll have to factor in that logistical burden. The propane grill itself is a solid unit, but it is not a high-end commercial burner. The BTU output is adequate for standard backyard grilling but may feel underpowered if you try to sear a thick cut of meat for a professional-like crust. In my test, a medium-rare ribeye took a few minutes longer than it would on a larger propane grill, but the taste was still there. If you're a pitmaster who demands a crisp sear at 800+Fahrenheit, you might need a supplemental burner or accept a slight compromise on that front. Who should buy this island? It's an ideal fit for families who love to entertain outdoors, especially those who host weekend barbecues with a modest but consistent crowd of 610 people. The built-in storage cabinets, though not massive, hold grilling tools, plates, and a cooler, reducing the need to dash back inside for a spatula or a bag of ice. If you have a small to mid-size patio and want to centralize cooking, seating, and serving into a single footprint, the island maximizes the limited square footage. It also works for renters who can't make permanent structural changes. The modular design allows you to dismantle the island and take the components with you at the end of a lease, provided you have a truck. Who should skip it? If you live in a climate that forces you to store away outdoor furniture for half the year, the moving hassle may outweigh the convenience it offers. Similarly,